What's going on, everybody? Extremely excited today. Our very first guest that we had on this show has come back. It's come full circle. Former NFL prospect, spent some time in the NFL, CFL product, Alabama stud, and now UFC contender in the middleweight, light heavyweight division in both. Appreciate having him back. Yeah, boy, Mr. Eryk Anders. Woo! Yeah, let's go.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, very excited, man. Just want to tell you big thanks before we even began this stuff. You were actually our very first guest when we started this stuff. So, we were just up and coming. And now, since then we've done Bruce Buffer and a few other guys too.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So, but you were the beginning. You were the beginning to start all this, man. So you helped us tremendously. So again, we appreciate you big time.
Yeah, man. Glad to be a part of the process.
Oh no, and dude, and to us, you're just beginning, bro. I think we all think your potential is through the roof. And we'll talk about it too, because your body even transformed in your last fight. We were super amazed. But first and foremost, how are you feeling? How's the family and everything doing?
Oh man, everything's going good, man. Good as it can be. Just really dialing things in, getting focused, and ready to get in here in the next 2 or 3 weeks and get this done.
Oh no, 100%, big time. So before we talk about the fight, we're very curious about it, and then of course, because you guys just had it in March, how did your body feel after the fight? It was, again, we'll talk more about it, but how did you feel the day after? Even that day, how was your body?
Oh man, it's never felt better.
Okay.
Usually those weight cuts are they suck pretty good. So this one went the smoothest. It was the easiest. I think whenever the weight cut sucks, the day after, you're not completely recovered. And, even after that, even after the fight, it takes a few days to recover and get back right. But, this time I didn't, I felt 100% going into the fight.
And that's great to hear. That's super great to hear. Now, we'll talk about, you guys just had it in March. I believe it was in March you guys had it, right? You and Darren?
Yeah.
How was your training different from your previous fights? Because I'm sure we're not the only ones to say it. I'm sure a bunch of people have said it. Your body looked crazy, super crazy. You look real good, shredded as fuck. Was there a different diet? Was there a different training regimen? Again, you look great before, not trying to say anything bad, but you look way different this fight, man.
I just I switched camps. I'm over at Fight Ready, and Chad EK is my strength and conditioning coach.
Yes.
When I first got there, I was telling them how much I was working and how much I was training and running and stuff to get ready for a fight. And man, they told me I was doing too much.
Okay.
I was running like 35 miles a week, like 4 miles a day.
Wow.
Man, it's just too much. On top of all the training, strength and conditioning, I just really burning my body out and burning up all the muscle. And the muscle is what holds the water, so it's terrible for me. But this time I probably ran, 35 miles total, the whole camp. Really just on Sundays, just to keep the blood moving and just keep it down on my off day. Some more recovery stuff, and changing the workouts with him and working with Eddie Chaw and Santino DeFranco. It's probably the lowest my body fat has ever been, and it's for sure 100% the easiest weight cut I've ever had. So, I just kind of trusted their process and listened to what they said, and the process yields the results.
Man, well, you know what? That's crazy to hear, because my thought process was, wow, he must have been doing cardio every single day. And now to say you're doing less, it's crazy. Because like I said, you were super shredded. I'm still amazed at what you're telling me right now.
Like the running I was doing was like sprint stuff,
Okay.
Interval kind of stuff, like 12 seconds on, 8 seconds off, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So everything was like fast twitch and, fast. And I think it's the fastest my hands have ever been, the most efficient my wrestling has ever been. So, man, it just felt good to go out there and finally fight a fight operating at 100%.
Yeah, no, great. And I'm gonna have to take some tips on your diet and your training regimen because man, you look crazy good, man. So hats off to you and fight ready. You guys killed it. Um, Now going on to that, since the new camp, the new body transformation and all that, how did you feel inside the cage with this new, I guess you could say, regimen going on?
Man, like I said, I felt great.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever gone into a fight with no injuries, no nicks, no knacks,
Wow.
no bumps, no bruises. Um, and man, I just felt good. Like I said, I felt 100%, and mentally as well. Everything was just flowing so quickly, and I really like when I don't have to think, when I can just react and move and flow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was doing. Unfortunately for me, though, the fight don't get started till I get hit. And he bloodied my nose good.
I'm glad you
And
said it, not me. Yeah.
he bloodied my nose pretty good. And but from that point on, it's like the only strike he landed the whole fight, and it was just all me from there on out.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, how would you compare how you felt in the cage that night versus the previous fight even?
Well, like I said, it's the first time that I've ever fought without an injury or something hurt.
Yeah.
My fight before that was Christoph Jocko,
Yep.
and my eye was messed up and it actually required eye surgery. So like affected my depth perception. So it kind of took the striking off the table, and that's why I was trying to wrestle a whole lot in that fight. But my wrestling wasn't very good, and it's really easy to defend takedowns, and they don't have to worry about the striking so much. So, I wasn't able to mix it up and do what I wanted to do in the fight. But it is what it is.
100%. Now that we are talking about that fight, I almost say bringing it up because I'm sure you've heard it since March all the way up to now. You were right there. Obviously, you were right there. You know what I mean? We right here in the back were going crazy, going nuts. Like, let's go, your boy Eryk. I feel like you were about one, maybe even two punches away from finishing the fight. So, what was going through your head in those moments right before that unspoken knee?
Man, like I said, I wasn't really thinking and just more reacting. And man, like you said, just a few punches away, looked like he was ready to go. But I wanted to put him out in devastating fashion. I thought he was getting up.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It really put a stamp on it. If I put on the same performance again, come June 12th, there won't be any flukes, no woulda, coulda, shoulda. So, it is what it is. I just got to go out there and, repeat the same performance.
Yes, I definitely agree. And we'll definitely try to stop bringing that stuff up because we know you're right there. Trust me. I know if we were feeling that way, I'm sure you were feeling that way. And I mean, the last point about it, would you say it was just an adrenaline thing and you just happened to throw the knee, or what was going on in that exact moment when it happened? And real quick, when it did happen, were you like, oh man, did you realize it happened, or what was going on?
Yeah, man, I think bloodlust is the word. You want to get him out of, you want 50 G's, that bonus. But you're not going to put the cart before the horse,
Yeah.
Now I will say this, if I throw that knee in the first minute of the fight, he takes his time, he recovers, the fight continues. But of course, he's not going to be able to, answer the doctor coherently after taking 4 minutes of, that barrage that he took with the hands, with the legal strikes. So, I kind of gave him a way out, and, that's 100% on me.
I get that. Now, and again, Darren's a good guy. Darren's a good fighter and all that. Now, does any part of you, because you know how people can talk or whatever, does any part of you think, because yes, you were hurting him, you were landing a lot of shots and all that. Do you think that, yes, you landed a hard knee, and do you think maybe he thought, maybe it's best I just stay down? Because a lot of that's happening in the UFC right now. the Aljamain stuff happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. If you
yeah.
go back and watch that fight, I didn't even need his head. I need his hand, and it was, barely even need him. And
Yeah.
as soon as the ref said stop, he falls to his face and, acts dead. So,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I gave him the option. I gave him a way out, and, he took it. So, again, that's on me.
Okay, and I'm glad you were thinking that, because we were thinking that, and we were kind of thinking maybe we're saying that because we're fans of Eryk, but you see it a lot, and you landed a lot of hard shots in the guy, and like you said, I guess you could say there was an easy way out. He knew, it looked illegal and all that. So best case scenario, when he was, I mean, obviously his head was ringing, right? So I don't. It is what it is, I guess, just like you said.
Yeah, he was out of there.
Now, how fast did the turnaround? When did you get the call to say, "Hey, it's happening again"? Because I'm sure you were excited.
Man, I felt good after the fight, and really didn't care if it was Darren again or somebody else.
Yeah.
So they told me, I've had time to have a full camp. Probably like the next week. They said running back June 12th. Okay, let's do it.
Man, that's so awesome to hear. It's super awesome to hear. We're very excited for it. Was there any I guess interaction or contact with Darren since the fight at all?
Nah, I went up to him after the fight in the back, and told him that that's on me. I apologize. I don't ever want to be known as a dirty fighter or anything like that. These things happen in the game, and he said, it's okay, it's whatever, and now we get to do it again.
And on pay-per-view, we're very excited for it. So with that coming up, is there anything you're doing different right now from the previous fight? Yes, it was barely in March and you look great. Did you change anything else besides that, or it's same plan, let's get to it, I look great before, I'm going to do it again?
Yeah, we're always constantly evolving and changing things up, and switching the game plan up a little bit. I get to eat a lot more. We're fighting at 205, so sorry about that, brother.
Oh no, you're fine, man. We were hoping it wasn't ours.
No, that was on me. I got a call and just cut it off.
Okay, no worries. But
yeah, like I was saying, constantly evolving. Adding to the skill set, adding to the game plan, and man, just going in there and looking to, do me, be me, and go out there and get first round finish.
And we definitely hope that happens. Now, that was my next question. You mentioned the weight cutting and the fighting at 205 and all that. You're obviously a very big guy, in at the Alabama days, you're super thick and all that stuff. Where do you feel most comfortable right now?
I like middleweight.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm more disciplined at I have to maintain a diet outside of training. When I fight at 205, when I'm not training, there's like no, I don't know if suffering is the word, but I pretty much have free range for my diet. I'm not out eating burgers and stuff like that, but
yeah.
Man, I'm never hungry. I'm never, I just think it takes more mental put out for me to fight at 85, and I feel engaged 24/7. So, I like middleweight better, but I also like to fight. And so, they said fight at 205. I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, no, sounds good. Is there any plans at all, like for you anyways, or has there ever been talk, because you are a big guy, you have a big frame, was there ever any talk about heavyweight for you?
I mean, if the right opponent, I'm not gonna fight Ngannou. I'm not that big, but I think it would be cool to have wins in 3 different weight classes, and
Yeah.
welterweight is absolutely outside of there's no way I could do that.
Yeah.
But the right opponent, maybe, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, it's funny you bring up Francis. That's like the one guy everybody says, yeah, not him. But
Yeah, but nobody in the top 15, man. Those guys are all, giants, and 240, 250. I'm not that big, so
yeah.
get that.
You know what? You are a big middleweight though, because at first I would think, God, Eryk's so damn big. That 185 cut must be horrible, like you previously said. But you are a big middleweight, I feel like, when you are at that weight.
Yeah, I think I'm when I went to the PI when I first got in the UFC, I'm in the 99th percentile in terms of size for the middleweights. So I think me, Julian Marquez, and probably Paulo Costa are the biggest middleweights.
You know what? That would be an intriguing fight too. Just 2 bodied up, muscle bound dudes like you and Costa. That'd be an interesting fight too. Have you thought about a matchup of you and him?
Man, he's so far down the road. He's number 1 or number 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Getting ready to fight Kent Deere, and then I think he's going to start training up here, fight ready too. So.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that dynamic, if that fight would ever happen, but I'm down to fight anybody. So I'll do what I have to do if that came across. But like I said, it's going to be a minute before I get there.
No, we totally understand. We love that you're on pay-per-view this real soon at 263. We're very excited. Obviously you're ready. You look ready. How has training camp been going for this upcoming fight? How are the regimens right now?
It's going fantastic. It's going just as good, if not better, than the last camp. So
great to hear.
I'll be super prepared for this fight, and ready to go out there and get my hand raised.
Yeah, no, big time, man. And in that previous fight, it seemed like you were the more well-conditioned fighter too. It seemed like his gas tank was, like I said, I'm not even trying to exaggerate. I feel like you might have been 1, at the most 2 punches away. It seemed like, yes, you were hurting him, but it also seemed like he was breathing very, very heavy. Probably, connotation from the shots and all that, but it seemed like you were the more well-conditioned fighter. Do you see that being the case this fight too?
Yeah, whenever I was watching film on him, I thought that, conditioning would be on his side, like his gas tank, but
yeah,
it wasn't, and I don't know if that's because, I smothered him and didn't give him a chance to breathe, or
good point.
It was the shots or what, but I thought his conditioning would have been a lot better than it was. And but like I said, man, when you get hit that much, man, your health meter is blinking, So, but I will say at 205, he's probably not stressing his body as much to, cut as much weight. So, I would imagine that, he'll be more durable and his cardio will be a little bit better.
Great to hear, man. But yeah, so dude, we were asking, we're guys that, like to lift and stuff like that, not on your level of anything of that means, but the question is, a lot of my buddies like to ask too, how often would you say a cheat meal is good for trying to somewhat stay in shape, somewhat have muscle, not be too fat? What would be your honest intake about that?
I think that's like a case by case thing. Some people's metabolisms are different. There are some people who, like Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, he ate McDonald's 3 times a day, and he had a 6-pack forever.
Yeah.
people like me, you know, I even look at a Big Mac, you know, the abs are gone. So
That's a wrap. Yeah.
I think it really just depends, like how fit you want to be, like what you want to look like aesthetically,
Okay.
and also how you want to feel, you know, because you know I feel so much better when I eat clean and diet right versus when I eat the food that I like, you know, the burger, pizzas, beers, and stuff. You know, I don't really feel that good inside, especially like my digestion system and stuff. So, but I would say like once a week is manageable. You know,
Okay.
maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
It also depends how hard you're working out and all that good stuff. So, you know, me personally, I don't eat nothing green hardly whenever I have a fight coming up. So, you know,
You know
I
what?
like
I have I have a sister that's vegan, and we butt heads all the time about it because I'm a carnivore myself. You know what I mean? I'm sure part of it's the weights and all that stuff too, but it's hard. I do eat the greens, but it's just I could never. Could you ever see yourself going vegan or vegetarian?
never, you know,
Never, yeah.
yeah. I always see like vegans, but like, you know, they're always sick. They look sick,
Yeah.
you know, they look, you know, scrawny, not like, you know, they don't have any muscles or whatnot. So maybe they're not doing it right, the ones that I see. And but you know, I'm gonna eat meat forever.
Me too. We attest to that. Before we end off, I do want to know your thoughts and intake about some of the upcoming fights. Just because we're just the regular guys over here, you're the pro. Now the main event on your card on 263, middleweight champ, Israel Adesanya Stylebender versus Vettori. How do you see that fight going? Adesanya coming off that loss in light heavyweight. Obviously, he's still a beast. Vettori gave him a good fight before. How do you see that going?
I think Adesanya is the kind of guy that if you're going to beat him, you got to beat him the first time. You know, I think that he's a pretty intelligent fighter, and
Yeah.
we'll have Vittori's number this time. So I think last time they went 3 rounds, they're going 5 this time. I don't see this fight going 5 rounds, but you know, I think that and they're going to be in a big cage. I think they probably fought in a big cage too. Yeah, they fought here last time too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Stylebender is going to win again.
We kind of think so too. Yeah, like you said, that guy just if you're gonna beat him, hope you do it the first time because he's gonna make all the adjustments in the world. Next fight I want to talk to you about is the obviously McGregor, ridiculously popular. Didn't do that great that last fight. Hasn't done that great in the last couple of fights. He's fighting Poirier again. How do you see that one going?
I think it's going to go the same way it went the second time. I see Poirier knocking him out. You know, probably maybe even easier this time because, you know, Poirier makes adjustments. He can wrestle. Conor can't. He's got a submission game. Conor doesn't. He's got way more ways to win. And I think at 55, he's more durable, you know, has his fights. You know, he fought Gaethje and he knocked Gaethje out. You know, it took a bunch of, you know, punishment from Gaethje. And although Conor is pretty accurate with the strikes, I just, you know, don't think that, you know, he's that same guy that he used to be.
We agree, and we like Conor, but that guy's making all the money in the world, right? I'm sure that doesn't help the case. Not saying he's not motivated, but of course, he's killing it as far as the finances go. If you're correct, if he does lose in devastating fashion again, do you see him retiring, or what do you think about that?
He still has entertainment value. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think that he's that guy, but he'll for sure still be in the top 10. So
Yeah.
top 15. So, it's whatever, as long as those dollars are rolling in whenever he fights, they're going to keep him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, the last fight I want to talk to you about and get your intake about, you mentioned Francis. Francis is going to fight the Black Beast. He's going to fight Derek Lewis, according to Dana White. Since the whole John Jones thing seems like he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. We're not sure. We see Instagram. He looks big, but they haven't got an agreement yet. How do you see that Derek Lewis fight going against Francis?
Man, somebody's getting knocked out this time. I don't see either one of those two. There's no way that fight's going to go the way that first fight went.
Yeah.
We'll see. Derek Lewis, I think, has the most knockouts in UFC history, and you know, Francis is slowly catching up on that record. So, man, we'll see. But I see somebody going out. You know, we'll see.
If you had to pick, who do you think is going to win that fight?
Man, Francis looked pretty impressive, man. You know, he was stuffing Stipe's takedowns.
That was scary. That was scary.
Even tried to take him down himself. But man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. The Black Beast, you know, he got that one hitter quitter.
He does.
He got that thump. You know, so and he's pretty tricky, man. He always plays like he's hurt and stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, I think he's a lot smarter than he plays than he acts. And you know, the persona that he puts off. So I don't know, man. I don't have a pick. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, for us, it's hard to envision any one of those guys getting knocked out. To be honest, even thinking Francis getting knocked out is like, no way. That sounds crazy. The Black Beast is super durable too, though. Like you said, he has that one hitter quitter.
I guess they both have it, but
yeah,
you know, we'll see. The first to land is going to win, I think.
Yeah. Now we do appreciate your picks. Obviously, it's awesome. It's fun when we talk about it, but hearing about it from a pro, it always gets us amped up, gets us juice. So appreciate your intake about the fights, man. You're awesome.
Man, my pleasure, brother. Anytime.
Yeah. So you know what, man? We know you got stuff to do. Go to the kids, the wife. Appreciate your time again. You were our very first guest. You gave us the opportunity, so we're forever grateful. Hope to talk to you a bunch more times later in the future. And good luck on this fight, man. We're very excited for it.
Thank you so much.
Yep. You have a good night, man. And again, appreciate your time. I can't wait to see you get that knockout. Can't wait to go crazy for that fight like we were going crazy. And this time there won't be any fuckery, hopefully.
Yeah. I won't make any mistakes this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Have a good night. You know, good luck. And we will hopefully talk again soon, my friend.
Absolutely. You have a good one.
You too. Take it easy, Eryk.